Zubimendi, where are you?
He's not coming to you now.
Yeah, welcome back to the weekend preview show right here on DR Sports with myself, Mr. Slap Bang
Wallop!
AGT.
Wallop!
To my right, it's Matthijs. To my left, it's Abby Summers and Nicky Hawkins. Hope you're all well.
How
Hope
are
you're
you,
all feeling
hon?
good. I'm all right.
You're right.
That's how you get deals done.
It is.
Slap, bang,
And you wait till the end of the window to
Wait
reserve
to the
judgment.
end of the window.
And look what I've done.
Yeah.
I am a sausage. Listen, I've been holding it, right? I've been cooked, diced, sliced online. But I don't know what you're talking about, guys. We're actually here to preview Premier League show.
Yeah, we will
The
be
Premier
talking.
League back this weekend.
You wanted to talk about Liverpool
transfers kind of
before.
go under the radar.
Yeah.
But before we do jump into this absolute monster of a show, this episode is of course brought to you by Oddschecker. If you predict, this is very important to listen to, Nicky.
Yeah, I'm listening.
With some big cash here. If you predict the entire 24-25 EPL table, then you, my friend, have a chance to win £1 million cash.
I wasn't ready for that.
It's free to enter. Just click the link in the description now to make your predictions in time before the season starts. You must be over 18. You must be in the UK. And please remember to gamble responsibly. More on that in the show. I can see all the Zubi chats coming in. AGT sausage. Hold that AGT.
Hold that.
A lot of the same stuff that I've heard over the last few days. My skin is thick. I'm used to it. Let's crack on with the show. Good to have you all. How are we all? Just to start with. You all
You're
good?
moving pretty swiftly, considering.
Got a lot to talk about on the show.
Yeah,
Matthijs,
it's just
including
weird.
Real Madrid
Usually
winning another
Liverpool,
trophy.
we give a good segment to a nice,
Yeah, no,
good
I'm sure we'll
beefy
come back.
segment, nice little good chunk, 10 minutes minimum, real good, lay it on thick, you know.
Yeah.
You just
Look,
today.
I think you should have your moment. You always want to talk about Liverpool. Let's talk about it.
Well, honestly, we've got a topic in the show.
You
all
are
about
going into the
Liverpool,
season?
So it's about timing,
No
it's about
signings,
patience.
going into the
No signings yet. All right, yet. But anyway, let's get into the show. It was the Super Cup last night, wasn't it? I was actually at the Europa League final. I saw Atalanta get across the line against Bayer Leverkusen. Of course, they came up against the one and only Real Madrid. Salchicha, shut up. They won the Super Cup last night. And Mbappe opened his Real Madrid scoring account with a nice little tap-in from 4 yards out. So Madrid win the Super Cup again. Did we watch the game last night?
I didn't get to watch it. I was filming for my own stuff. But, I mean, Real Madrid are a super team. They're my Champions
Inevitable,
League. Yeah,
so-
they're my Champions League favourites. You know, this is small fry for them. No disrespect to Atalanta, but this is what they do. They handle business when it comes to Europe, and that once they find the right balance, then they're going to be ridiculous. Remember, they still got Güler as well to start games. Had a great tournament with Turkey.
Yeah.
Very, very good player. And they've got a lot of depth. They've just got experience. They've got everything you need to be a top team. You know, they've just got pure Galacticos all over the pitch. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that they won that game.
There was a bit of a negative point with the injury of Camavinga. He looks to be out for around 6 or 7 weeks. I don't know if you guys saw it. He picked it up in training or the warm-up before the game. It looked really nasty. It was actually Tchouaméni kind of caught him midway up the shin, and it kind of the knee went. So it doesn't look good for him. Hopefully he gets back soon. But yeah, I mean, it's another trophy for Real Madrid, Abby.
Yeah, I mean,
Another one.
Water is wet. They are inevitable in every way. So, look, they're still they'd always be my favourites for the Champions League. I think we
Any
touched on it.
competition that they're in.
Yeah, any competition. Honestly, they're just ridiculous. When you look at that team, I mean, on paper, and then how it even transitions onto the pitch, it is an absolute joke. So you can't really look past them for any competition that they're in, but they don't win the Champions League as many times as they have. What was it, 15 times? 15
now,
times
yeah.
they've won it. Like, for a team to win the Champions League 15
So
times is ridiculous. It puts them on another level. And then you add someone like Mbappe to that mixture. I mean, how could they not be the team to dominate that competition in particular for years to come?
I still feel like Alphonso Davies is one to watch because he's only got a year left and they've been linked to him the whole summer. They've not moved and they're almost waiting for Bayern Munich to panic and say, yeah, we'll take 20, 30 million because so if they was to add him if they add him maybe next summer for free or they add him now, that's another player to add to this ridiculous
Well, yeah,
team.
and obviously there's
and then obviously there's Trent to top it all off. So
There's Trent, isn't there?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you think about that. You think I was just talking to Laurie next door, and you think about that. The team that they've got now, Alphonso Davies, possibly Trent Alexander-Arnold, maybe.
Can we stop
if they get
No.
Saliba?
Oh, Saliba.
Saliba.
Nicky.
That's his level, isn't it?
Nicky.
That's his level.
Mate, the thing is, and
They must.
that, if they want him, they'll take him. Mm-hmm. That is it.
You're dead.
They take whatever they want.
They take whatever they want.
Yeah.
You're dead.
So if they're
over.
serious about Saliba, 98 million quid or whatever they've bid, or that they're talking about bidding, they'll take him. They'll take him. That's
Well, there's
it.
a big
Done.
shout that if Arsenal, let's say, didn't win the league this year, then he would have to move. He would have to move so he can win trophies.
Is what you hope.
Is what I hope.
The Arsenal fans certainly don't. Kylian Mbappe, after the game, Nicky, said there is no limit to what he and Real Madrid can achieve together after he scored on his debut to help the club win a record 6th Super Cup. Obviously, he was flirting with them for years. It's finally happened. We've seen him play and now score for Real Madrid wearing that famous number 9 shirt. He's right. I mean, what is the limit?
They
Can't win the Prem.
No, they can't. Yeah, they
Or
can't
the
win the
Championship,
Premier
or
League.
League One.
They might not even win the Europa League.
Panorama
Fact.
Conference.
Won't win League On.
They
Won't win the
definitely won't
Conference
win that.
League.
Can't win the
Serie A.
World Cup, can they?
Yeah, Serie A. So there's
No, there
lots
is-
of limits.
There is no limit. There is no limit in terms of what they can win. He's made for Real Madrid. I've always thought that. He's made for Real Madrid. He's got Real Madrid written all over him. I don't know why he wasted that amount of time in France.
I think they were maybe holding him back.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
he was
I
a
think the
prisoner
money-
at the club
Well,
a
I
little
don't-
The
bit.
president of the country was in his ear. To be
Yeah.
fair, it's
There
not
was,
easy.
there was a lot of pressure put on him at PSG. I think PSG is just a bit of a poison chalice. Like, it's got all the expectations to actually be a type of team that would challenge a Real Madrid, but they just can't do it.
Yeah.
But it can turn nasty once they've got the stars in
Absolutely.
and things don't go well. It
Yeah.
can turn
I think they still
nasty.
owe him money.
80 million.
That's quite a lot of money to owe.
Look, he's only 25. You say
pull
he
up.
should have made the move earlier. It is what it is. He's got over 300 club goals now in his career. He's 26 in December. He scored last night. His interview after the game was in fluent Spanish.
Yeah.
So there's
He's been learning.
He's been on the
He's been learning.
Duolingo, right? He's got his streak
Duolingo.
going on Duolingo for sure. When you look at the team, Matisse, right up front, Vinicius Junior, Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo, Endrick's there, Mbappe's there, Arda Güler's there, and they're only the attackers. Brahim Diaz is there as
Yeah.
well. I mean, we heard of when we were growing up, it was the Galacticos, the Beckhams, the Ronaldos, the Zidanes, the Casillas, the Roberto Carloses. I mean, it's difficult to say that they've not been Galacticos because they have won most Champions Leagues in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So maybe, what era of Galactico is this?
Well,
what
that
is this?
Galactico team probably underperformed,
They
isn't
did.
it? They did. They didn't
Massively.
win what they should have won. I know, obviously, Barcelona were there, and it was unfortunate. Maybe they were going through really rough spells, different managers, different cycles, and whatnot. But this Real Madrid team have the opportunity to go back-to-back Champions Leagues. I put them as favourites to do it. Obviously, we have to see how the new format goes. That's going to be probably the one interesting aspect that might throw them off, hopefully, just to shake things up a little bit. But that team there is balance there. Like I said, I think Güler adds balance to that team. He's just that extra bit of, creativity in between the lines, left-footed, brings a bit of balance to this very right-footed, heavy front three that they have currently. Obviously, they've got Endrick as well. I think Endrick will be in a good position this season to just kind of play off the bench minutes, learn the Real Madrid way, learn the pressure. Vinny took many years to get to where he is right now. It's going to take time for him to adapt. He's still extremely young. So I think Mbappe coming in and Endrick also coming in is perfect for Endrick. It just gives him more time, takes the pressure
That's
off.
the difference between this one and the last. The last, the Galacticos that we've talked about, the Zidanes, the Figos, the Ronaldos, they was names. You know what I mean? Like they worked. You know what I mean? Inevitably they worked, but they was names. This is
chemistry.
This is chemistry. Yeah, this is building a team and making superstars within that team themselves, like the Vinicius Juniors, the Rodrigos. That's the difference. I think that's the difference. They're looking at it as a football domination rather than a brand domination.
100%. And when you look at the ages of these players as well, not only are they
Prime.
perfect for now, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
5-10 years. Endrick will be 26 in 10 years.
And look at Benzema.
Mental.
What?
Benzema got better.
Yeah.
He got better and better and better as he got older.
Yeah, because a lot of these players aren't anywhere near their peak. They're so young. Even you have to look at Jude Bellingham, for example. You know, there is
10
so
years,
much.
he'll be in his peak.
There is so much longevity of these players in the squad. So yeah, they've spent, you know, a lot of money, of course, but at the same time, the investment is going to come back tenfold for them, because once you're at Real Madrid, I mean, the only place is really to go it's sideways or down, isn't it? It's the pinnacle of yeah, it's the pinnacle of football. So I'm really excited to see what this Real Madrid side are. I've always loved them. I think, you know, when you look at the Galacticos and this new generation, they have the ability to be that for this generation. And I think that, I mean, they've won stuff even when they've had their own little transitional periods, haven't they? So I'm excited to see
Rio
what
Ferdinand
they
was doing the comms last night on TNT, and he said it looks like Mbappe's already been there for years. He was also talking about Bellingham, said he was phenomenal in the number 8 position. His influence was magnificent. I mean, Bellingham as well. I mean, he's come into the club at the perfect time. He's almost like a leader within the kind of new school, because I know he's only 21 himself. Feels like he's been around for 5. Well, he has.
Yes.
He has been around for 5 years. So there's just no weaknesses. No. It's you couldn't even build this if you tried to make a perfect team.
I guess the only thing that will be the question is in the latter stage of the Champions League, obviously Toni Kroos, incredible player. Like the way he dictated play, the way he controlled games. Luka Modric isn't getting any younger. He's not got this same amount of minutes last season as he usually would. He started to take on more of a rotation role. Who in that midfield, because we know Bellingham is not that type of player. Which player in that midfield is going to take on the responsibility to control games and to dictate games? Will it be Camavinga? You know, will it be Tchouaméni? It'll be interesting to see who it would be. I think that's the only question mark in that midfield. But it is probably a small question mark, because the actual quality of the team is so high. They can just
it's just going to be passing. Yeah, it's just passing the baton on from those two ridiculously good players. It's a bit of a transition in that sense, but you've got so much talent, so much quality, that it's not like you're making a step down. These are players that probably eventually will be at the same level. You know, they're not far off. Yeah, exactly. You don't know, they'll be at the same level as a Toni Kroos, as a Luka Modric, and if you think about how good they've been and the longevity of those players at that club, it's ridiculous that Modric is even still there.
Yeah, and he's now the most decorated player in Real Madrid's history with 27 trophies. I think he's just matched Carvajal. It's unfathomable.
And he was at Tottenham as well, you have to remember.
10 years ago with no trophies.
Yeah. Remember, we wanted to come to you. We wouldn't sell him to you. We wouldn't sell him to Chelsea.
It's mad that.
We're going to get into...
So is Gareth Bale.
Yeah, that's true as well. We're going to get into a couple of super chats.
We have loads of them. We just sell them all.
And then we will resume our Oddschecker predictions from Leicester downwards. So we'll be having chats about Liverpool, West Ham, Tottenham, Manchester United, Man City, etc. A couple of super chats. Ali says, "We are back. Go on, AGT. Flex, you sausage. You'll never walk alone." Flex getting sausage shouts even from.
He's never been here.
He hasn't even shown his face for a while. But big him up on Sky Sports. He's absolutely killing it. So shout out to Flex. Robert says, "Tonali back before our yearly battering of Spurs."
Yeah, can't wait.
That'll
what was
be
it?
fun.
It's been like 10 goals in 2 games. I think.
Yeah. Not been great, has it? Kalechi says, "Liverpool are getting treated in the transfer window like that guy that no one wants to pair up with on a school trip. Lol." Brilliant. Nicky panel dissed West Ham in their predictions. I'm not sure about that. We'll see what our predictions are anyway. Sheldon says, "Thoughts on Poch being named the new manager of the US men's national team?" England, he was right there.
Yeah,
he was
weird.
right there.
That's
and
weird.
Now he's going to be doing up, "I believe that we will win."
I believe
Soccer, not football.
Strange.
You want to go on Poch?
I find it a bit strange, but I'm intrigued. I like it. Yeah, it's a money move maybe, for sure, because the World Cup's coming up. I mean,
come on, guys.
I'll let you say what you got to say after, but it's going to be interesting, because there's a lot of pressure on the US. They didn't perform well in the Copa America. They're hosting the tournaments. They've already qualified. It's a guaranteed big event for him and the whole country. And they need to show up, because I think with the way that MLS has grown, there's been top players going over there, Messi, etc. We kind of need to see, I think they would say that they kind of need to see something back in terms of the US team and what they've been developing and from grassroots upwards, and seeing some actual talent and come through and perform. And they still got some big names in that team, or some decent sized names in their team already. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. But I did find it a bit random.
It's odd.
Yeah.
odd that you'd go that. But you look at the stage of the career he is. He's been around the block. It seems no one really wants to take a punt on him anymore. His stock's dropped a little bit.
Kind of just plateaued a bit.
Plateaued. So you get a big offer, USA, closer to home. You know what I mean? Like, can go back to Argentina.
Yeah.
And he just probably thought, well, sod it. Yeah, sod it. Yeah, I'm going to go, yeah.
Ah, big him up. Go and get your coin. Right, let's get into this then. The Oddschecker prediction, as we know, tomorrow night at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United versus Fulham. The first game of the Premier League. We've seen some promising signs and a few worrying ones during the summer. So the big question on everybody's mind today is, where will our teams finish? So all of us have made our predictions for the league table come the end of the season. Let's go through them. You can play along at home, guys. You can make your own predictions for this 24-25 EPL season with the Oddschecker £1 million predictor for your chance to win £1 million cash. Thank you very much. It's working more smoothly today. It's free to enter, totally free. All you have to do is click the link in the description to join up. But do remember, you must be over 18 and you must be in the UK. And also, please remember to gamble responsibly. Right. On the last show, we did Bournemouth down to Ipswich on Monday. So let's get into the last 10, starting with Leicester. Right, we've all made our predictions, so we'll be letting you know what they were. But Leicester, where do we think Leicester, the Foxes,
I've got
will
one
finish?
on my little maths pad because I've proper calculated this out. You know what
so
I mean?
you-
Like,
Oh,
got it on
wow.
notes checked up, but
I'm
I've
trying to
proper
win this
calculated.
million
He
quid.
really have.
Yeah? Big up Nicky Hawkins.
Come on,
Where have
Nick.
you got Leicester then? Nick?
They're going to go bottom
What?
for me. Bottom of the league.
I didn't know. I didn't expect that.
Let me find.
Really?
Yeah, bottom of the league.
Fair enough.
Lost their manager, lost key players. Could have a points deduction.
That is very true.
Which I think that's why I got my maths pad out.
Yeah.
You know what I
Done
mean?
well.
Back to school, innit?
Back to school. Yeah. So
That is a proper
It's a proper
that's an
maths.
actual.
Can
That's
we
an
just show
actual.
this
Yeah, you've got to show
Yes,
the actual book. It's
Like,
proper
this is
school.
genuinely what you get in school.
Yeah,
Like exercise book.
actually
I should have put my name and class
no
on it
name on
really,
it.
but listen.
key stage 2 and that.
Yeah, but
That's
yeah, I've got them.
unbelievable from you, Nick. Well done.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I appreciate
Love
that.
that.
Yeah, appreciate it. But
Great.
yeah, I've got them bottom.
Bottom of the league
Bottom.
because they are potentially facing that points deduction.
Yes, yeah.
Obviously, the manager's left. Is it Steve Cooper there now?
Yeah,
Steve Cooper's there. Yeah,
Who is a good manager, and I
he's
think
alright.
he should get some credit for the job that he did
Yeah.
at Forest,
Yeah.
keeping them up.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe harshly dismissed that. Well, not maybe. He was harshly dismissed from Forest. Maybe, there's a big rivalry between Forest and Leicester, isn't there? So maybe that spices up during the season. Last, Abby Summers.
I've gone 19th.
Going down,
yeah,
the
for
Foxes.
very similar reasons that Nicky just said. I also was taking into account that the likely point deduction will happen, and they have lost players. And I don't know. Just for me, I just don't see them staying up. I think there's other teams that are far better than Leicester. I'd be surprised if they did, but I think the point deduction will play a big part in it.
Play along at home, by the way. I want to see where you think Leicester are going to finish in the chat. I have gone for 16th. I think they stay up by the skin of their teeth.
Really?
Why? After hearing you two, I'm not too sure. They are potentially looking at a points deduction. Jamie Vardy still could be banging in the goals, but apart from
Definitely
that,
won't be.
I've not seen enough. Well, I've got them to stay up, so maybe I regret that decision now.
Yeah.
I've actually got them above Ipswich, who are also staying up. Who are the next ones? However, Leicester 16th. What have you got, my friend?
20th as well.
20th.
It's the points deduction for me. Points deduction.
What could it be, though?
Well, I have no idea, but the fact that there's even a conversation about
Yeah.
it for me puts them in a very poor position because I already had them very low down in the table before that talk. Shrewsbury Hall's a big miss from last year, obviously losing the manager, but also just the defenders that they're bringing up. Vestergaard, FaZe is not good. I say at this level, FaZe is, if he's starting, he's going to be...
Vestergaard was good 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
yeah.
going to give own goals and
FaZe,
mistakes.
he scored
and
2 own goals at Anfield.
Yeah, so
We
you
won
remember
2-1.
him well. Yeah. I think they actually let Ian
Shout out
Acho
to
go
him.
to Sevilla as well.
And
Saw him
Mark
play at
Albrighton's
Anfield.
finally left the club as well, yeah.
And Vardy's,
Where's
for
he
me,
gone?
too old to have an
China?
impact. Yeah, too old to have an impact. So you're looking at what? Daku. And yeah, for me, I just can't.
Let me
I
actually
can't
see their squad
It's-
because
can't see it for
I've
me.
not heard much about them.
Indeed, he's there still, but again,
It's not looking like the freshest of teams. So,
Nah.
Harry Winks,
Yeah, Harry Winks in
Yeah.
midfield.
Sutar, Harry Sutar,
Yeah.
Patson Daka, indeed he's still there.
it just feels a bit
Connor
Stale.
Cody back.
stale. Is the word?
Stale.
It feels very stale. It feels like a team that had some players that were of good value maybe 5 years ago, but now no use. I don't think in this
Yeah.
league, especially if they get deducted points, then that will be that.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, Leicester not going to do well according to all of us, to be honest. Next up on the list, Liverpool, right? Nicky, we'll start with you. Where do you think the mighty, tricky Reds are going to finish this season in
Transfer
the Prem?
list, right?
I've got third.
Okay.
I've got third. Yeah.
So top 4, Arnie Slot's
Yeah,
first
yeah.
season.
I think they'll mount the challenge up to a point, but I think they'll fall off the last few months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you, if you were a Liverpool fan, would you take that for Slot's first season?
I think so. I think you have to. You know what I mean? Without the signings as well, you just sort of get yourself in there, get yourself a good season under your belt, and build from there.
Build from there. Yeah, I like that.
I've also gone third. I don't know. Like I said to you, I haven't watched any of your pre-season.
Fine.
So
I
I'm
have.
basing this off of the Liverpool that I know and the squad that you have, more than Arnie Slot's style of play. I still think your squad is good enough to be finishing third, as it is anyway. I do think, obviously, it's no secret you need a 6. I think there's arguments that you actually need another centre back as well.
Yeah, we need
and
both.
probably some cover for Andy Robertson. I know you've got Simicast, but I would probably argue maybe you could add a bit more quality in that area. I mean, it's unlikely you're going to do any of that this summer, maybe one. But that's why I've got you as third. I don't think you'll be challenging as such, but I think you will have cemented third.
Yeah, I'd take that. I've gone third as well. I would take it. I mean, third, maybe a trophy as well. I think Liverpool fans, I think pretty much every Liverpool fan would take that. If you offered it to them now, a trophy in third, secure Champions League for the next season, they'd take it. And I agree. I think the squad is the same squad that we just finished third with. And, you know, obviously there's a different manager. The age has increased a little bit. But that's why I was so confident if we did get Zubimendi, then maybe we could push for second. But I will go third. Matisse, what have you got?
I've got third. No signings or signings, that's kind of where I have you. But I think with no signings, maybe your third is not as good looking as it could have been. I think you might be maybe closer now to whoever plays in fourth, whoever finishes fourth. I don't know, it's a mixed thing with Liverpool because I think the expectation in Slot's first year is obviously not as high as it would have been if it was Klopp, so you have bought yourself time. But then in the same breath, you've got Salah, Van Dijk, Alisson, players that are in their peak or maybe potentially just about to plateau, and you should be trying to maximise with those guys. And if it's Trent's last season as well with him, so it's kind of like a balancing act in terms of the expectations. You definitely would want to win a trophy, but yeah, I've gone with third. I think you guys have got enough of a foundation, definitely, for keep Jota fit, and this won't even be a thing for me.
It's one of the biggest ifs in football. I mean, I was at the Sevilla game on Sunday. Actually saw Iheanacho up front for Seville. But yeah, Jota, I mean, if he does stay fit, Liverpool have got every chance to at least challenge.
Yeah,
at least
I think
that.
so.
And like you say, it might get to a March or an April, and you might think
February, March.
Yeah. But yeah, if Jota can stay fit, for me personally, he's the starting number 9. Let us know in the chat, what have we got? Anyone for first, 5th, 11th? Brilliant. 7th, 4th, 5th as well, 7th, 5th, 1st. Shout out Dahir with that prediction right there. Are we signing AGT? Well, listen, I was there the other day. They are looking for a number 6, so I offered my services. Just waiting on that call. So
I bet they get one. I bet you any money they get one last.
They will probably get something.
Lastminute.com.
Yeah.
What's it called? Clearance, when you didn't get the uni that you wanted, so you're going
the sin bin, as they call it.
sin bin. Right, next up on the list, we're going in alphabetical order. The current 4-time in a row champions, it's Manchester City. Shall I just ask this? Have we got them all first?
No. I've gone first.
All right. Okay.
Go on, you go.
Second,
which means that Arsenal, in your opinion, must be winning the league. But on Man City, why are they not going to win?
Predicting? Why are you
Unless it's West Ham.
It could be.
I don't want to ruin any surprises, Nick.
No, it's Arsenal.
It's Arsenal.
I don't know. I've got this sneaky feeling that I think Arsenal's will and their hunger will push them above City this year.
Because of the pickpockets?
Not because of the pickpocket. But I've just got this sneaky suspicion that 4 times in a row is an achievement.
Massive.
But when you've got that, I don't think they've brought in enough.
And they've sold
players, and they haven't brought in enough.
Every year, Nicky.
I know they do it every year, but I've just got a feeling that Arsenal's hunger will get them above City this year. I think there's going to be a bit of a loss. Listen, every year, especially when you get to players when players are De Bruyne's age and things like that, who are key players, they decline. There's no doubt about it. He's in decline. He's getting older and older and older. And I've just got this sneaky suspicion that there's a couple of players there that have been there a little while, like Kyle Walker, Kevin De Bruyne, that may not live up to the standards, and I think they lose their hunger a little bit. They lose their hunger when you look at Arsenal's squad that are full of youngsters, people in their prime, and they could just find that little bit extra to get above them this year. That is, look, I could be totally,
I agree.
totally wrong.
I kind of want to leave the build up for Abby's prediction because I know the chat.
Let's hear Abby first.
Wait. Look, I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be very tight either way. But I will just never write off Manchester City. Like, for them to do a 4-peat is unheard of. It's mental. For them to go and do another one, I would never write them off for that. And every time we say, "Oh, City look a little bit ropey," or they might be 10 points behind at Christmas, they go on and win the league. So I think it's one of those things where maybe I'm wrong this year. Maybe it will be Arsenal, and hopefully for my sake it's not. But I just feel like this could be Pep's last year. I think it's probably De Bruyne's last year as well. I think in terms of galvanising and saying, let's all go out on a very big high by doing something that's never been done before in terms of 5-peat, that's all the motivation you need. Arsenal, I think, will definitely be there or thereabouts. It's going to be super, super close. I still feel like if Arsenal had a striker, I would maybe be like, I would put maybe a few more eggs in the Arsenal basket. But I still think that they are light in that area. I know that City have obviously lost Alvarez. I know that Oscar Bob just got an injury and whatever. But I will never write City off in terms of what they can adapt. And you might see Grealish playing in, a bloody false nine or something like that. You don't know what they'll do with their squad. And that's why Pep is the best manager, because he's always managed to adapt and do crazy things that always work out.
Transformer FC.
Well, yeah, that's what they are. So I think I get why people will back Arsenal, and it is, for me, Arsenal have to win it this year. Like, it should be Arsenal that win it, but I will just never write off City.
I just got this sneaky suspicion that they haven't looked as invincible as they have been over the last 5 years. Last season, they pipped Arsenal by a point, but I would say that was Arsenal's failure. Arsenal had a ropey period.
It's that Villa game, wasn't it?
The Villa game, the West Ham game at home as well. They win either of them two, they win the league.
Struggled against Fulham.
They've struggled against Fulham, yeah. So
Arsenal have to be perfect for me.
Yes, they have to be
completely perfect.
But they're getting there.
They are getting there. But then City are always perfect.
Yeah.
And even, do you know what? Actually, that's a lie, because even when they're not perfect, they still manage to come out.
to get it.
So even when they've not had perfect patches, Arsenal cannot slip up, and that's the difference.
No, I'll get you. Like, again, with Liverpool, when Liverpool were chasing them, they had to be perfect.
Yeah.
Liverpool were perfect.
No space.
There was no space for error.
Obviously, there is this point deduction thing. The charges, the hearing is coming soon for City. I don't know if that's going to be concluded this season, or
they say early next year.
Early next year, so it should be.
Look,
that could be March. It could be April.
That could impact everything. It really could, but we don't know yet. So that's a little bit different to the Leicester one, which we're talking about, because that will probably come into effect quite early on in the season with that points deduction. But this City hearing has been going on for like 6 years, and whatever happens at the end of that happens. But I still feel like write them off at your
peril.
Yeah. No, I agree. I've got them to finish first, and I do agree with Nicky. They have shown glimpses of vulnerability, good word, in the last season, and I agree. If Arsenal just did what they were supposed to do, we'd be talking right now about, can Arsenal defend the league? Because you're right, it comes down to those fine moments, those touch and go minutes in a last game where you can nick a winner. That's what wins you the league. And if you can't do the business, you will not win the league against this unstoppable Manchester City team. That's not to say, though, that Arsenal aren't a fantastic team. Last year, I know City won it, but you could argue that Arsenal played the best football in Europe last season. So I
just wanted to add one more thing on that. Obviously, they missed Haaland for quite a lot of time. City last year, they had quite a few injuries. And I'm not trying to do this because it's Arsenal, but I'm just saying Arsenal's, in terms of like key injuries, they were pretty all right last year in terms of not having too many injuries to their back line, kind of the spine of the team.
Saka did limp a lot, but
he did limp a lot when they were losing. But apart from that, he was fine in every other game they were winning. So the Gabriel, Saliba, Rice, Saka, that spine was fit for basically the entire season, whereas City didn't have that. So that's what I mean, that Arsenal have to still to be perfect. And obviously injuries, you can't control injuries, but injuries definitely will help you if you're going to challenge. You're
so right, because the season before that, Was it Saliba or Gabriel that got injured? Rob Holding had to come in.
It was Saliba.
Yeah,
But this
Saliba.
time it's Calafiori, it's Timber.
Oh,
That's why it might not happen this year. They might just go and win it this year.
Timber was a non-entity last season. He'll be added into this. The only person that I look at the Arsenal team and worry for them, I don't worry for myself, but if they were to get injured, is Saka, because Saka's been kind of burnt out. There's no deputy. There's no deputy. There's no cover. If he was to get injured, that would really create quite a lopsided attack. But I do agree with Nicky. I feel like Man City second for me, because to find that hunger and that desire, and I'm not talking about a drop off that's significant. Most teams will take the season, that every team will take the season City are about to put up, guaranteed. We don't even need to debate that. But if it's even like 85, 86 points, even just a little couple percent, that's where Arsenal get the gap to come in and swoop it. And I think no Rodri backup for me is a big problem. No Haaland backup, who always picks up an injury every year, is a big problem. I'm not 100% sure on those wingers. Even though you can look at Arsenal and say Martinelli didn't have a great season, Jesus as well has to fix up. But there are, as much as there's question marks about Arsenal, there's still question marks about City's team as well. And I just have a gut feeling like you. I think all summer I've just been thinking that the trajectory of the teams in terms of the average age, and I can see there's drop-offs in that City team. Kyle Walker's a massive one. Should never have been starting for England for me after the season I saw last year. So I got concerns, big concerns.
Fair enough. I mean, you raised very valid points, and maybe I should have had them second. But yeah, I've gone for first. Let us know in the chat, what do you think? Where do Manchester City finish? There is a lot of firsts, to be honest, within the chat right now. Next up, across the city, it's Manchester United in the red. I have gone for fourth, Nicky. What have you gone for?
I've got 18th. No, I'm joking. I've got fifth for Man United this year. Going in the right direction, I think. Going in the right direction. I don't really think I've got much to say, you know.
Fair enough.
There ain't much more to say. I think they're going in the right direction, and I think they'll get fifth.
I've actually got them the same, but what I did say, and I touched on it on Monday, that kind of like that top 4 to top 7th, 8th, I feel like is super interchangeable for me. So I put them in just on my bias maybe a little bit, but I genuinely feel like that's anyone's thing, that last top 4 spot. I mean, we could even drag Liverpool into it, but I feel like United, they've made a lot of signings in terms of what they're looking for the future. They've got the cover that they need now, kind of at centre half. Let's see how De Ligt is. Obviously, Lenny Yoro's out. Joshua Zirkzee, let's see how he plays. They've got young players, and they've got a real mixture of kind of the old guard as well still. So it'd be interesting to see how Ten Hag sets up. Obviously, injuries have played a big part for them last year. Has still won 2 trophies in 2 seasons, despite the football not being good and the injuries they've had. So they'll definitely be in and around that. I don't think they can be as bad as they were last year.
It would be an achievement if they were.
It really would be.
We've got 7th.
It would be some feat.
5th, 8th, relegated.
Yeah.
10th, 6th, 4th. What do you think, Matthias?
I've got them 8th. I took a lot of slack. I took a lot of heat. Took a lot of heat for it. Some would say that it's influenced after what happened at the end of last season when they booted my club into the Conference League. I would say
booted.
You're barking up the right tree. You are. But no, honestly, listen, like you said, I think 9th to 4th is very interchangeable. So I am probably being very harsh, but at the same time, I don't want to underestimate the teams I put above them, because they're actually good teams, and it's probably going to be 2-3 points in this match.
I think there are going to be fine margins between
very fine margins.
It's going to be a dogfight.
My thinking with Man United is maybe they do focus a bit more on the Europa League. It's probably what I would do if I was them, because you got Champions League qualification and a trophy, and we know Ten Hag loves a trophy every year. So I think that should be the focus, really. That should be something that they really aim to win, not just kind of hope and think to win, but getting knocked out in the knockouts, like really aim for it. And I think their signings are calculated risks, but I don't think they're guaranteed to shock the life into everybody in the league. Like Mazraoui, very good player if he can keep fit. De Ligt, kind of rough time in the last couple of clubs, but again, there's a player in there we saw at Ajax. Zirkzee, I don't know how prolific he'll be, but again, looks like a really tidy technical player. But I don't think these are players that, say, at West Ham should rock up to and think, "Oh, we can't handle these guys." Like, no, I think you look at the investment that West Ham's have made, Aston Villas have made. Look at the quality that teams in around this pack that have got, even Chelsea, if we can keep people fit. It's going to be close games. It's going to be really close games. It's going to be very, very close.
What I would worry about if I was a United fan is the fact that they conceded the most shots across any domestic competitions in 2024. more than Luton. And obviously they brought in De Ligt, they brought in Euro to kind of shore that up.
DM.
And the DM is,
Still
a bit of a
Casemiro,
problem,
big problem.
with Casemiro there. So I would worry about that, but at the same time they have made improvements, so maybe that improves.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure. Next up, Newcastle. I saw
we?
Matty Renton's Oddschecker on Twitter today. Do you know where he's got them to
Probably
finish?
third.
Third above Liverpool. Had too much of the Newcastle
How
brownie,
do you,
mate. Yeah. Put it down, son.
He'll probably be quite vocal this season then. if he
Yeah,
fancies
probably.
that. He was very
probably.
quiet
Tonali's
last
back.
season.
What have I got them?
He's back, is he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's back
Yeah,
at
he
end
will
of
be.
August.
Do you know what? I've got them
10
6th.
months gone quick.
Wow.
I've got them 6th, I've got them to get a European spot at the end of the season. I don't know how much of a difference Tonali makes, but it obviously does improve them. Defensively, I know they're after Mark Gay. They were after Joe Gomez at one point as well. I think they'd be happy with 6. I don't.
I think so. Yeah.
I think if you're a Newcastle fan and you're watching this, without us saying anything, you would have probably taken
I
6.
think they should aim for a cup as well. They got to
Yeah.
the final
Defo.
a couple of years ago against
Almost
United.
prioritise, actually,
Yeah,
a
I'd
cup.
say so. Yeah, I think they
that's
should.
important.
I think if Newcastle could get a cup, that City would go crazy. Like it would be. I'd
Be
probably
like
be
a
up there.
monthly
Oh, it'd be
party.
unreal.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
I had them 9th again, harsh, because I know they can definitely finish 6th. But I had to put somebody 9th.
Yeah.
And I think they could definitely do some additions. Almiron was meant to move to the MLS. That didn't happen.
Charlotte FC. was
Yeah,
supposed to
so
be.
maybe the right wing is maybe not going to have what it should. But if Harvey Barnes keeps fit, I think he's one to watch because he's a
Yeah.
very good player.
Yeah.
I like Harvey Barnes a lot. Gordon, if he stays, Liverpool interested, that's a factor. Isak, if he can keep fit, because we know Wilson can't, unfortunately for him.
Bruno
But they've got
G.
good players. What I like about their team the most is the fullbacks. I think Tino Livramento and Lewis Hall are in for some very impressive seasons if they play games. I think they're very good players from Cobham. So
Lloyd
good
Kelly
team.
there as
Yeah,
well.
Lloyd Kelly on a free.
To
Yeah.
shore it up.
So it's a good
Yeah,
team.
that's a good signing as well.
Versatile, 25-year-old centre back.
I've gone with 8th because for the same thing, I think they could finish high. I think they could finish 7th or 6th, even. So it was just in those positions between 4th and 8th. It was just kind of difficult to pick.
Same as Abby,
yeah.
pretty much that same reasoning.
I think they're on a good trajectory, but it's a slow trajectory. They had the Champions League, but
Yeah, they've got the PSR stuff. As
Yeah.
Just a quick
yeah.
one on them. What would make Eddie Howe kind of swerve off England if it does? Because that call is coming at some point, isn't it? What would he have to achieve at Newcastle for him to say, no, I'm going to stay here and finish this project?
I don't
He
think
has been there,
I
what is it, 3 years now?
I don't think it'd be his
Yeah.
decision.
I don't either.
I think if England come calling, I think he
You
takes
go.
it because at some point they're going to want to take that leap,
Yeah.
and he's going to be the one that goes
He's
with that
the,
leap.
the face of the new
Yeah.
plan, I guess.
He's
Yeah.
he's the Mark Hughes.
100%.
Yes, yeah.
He is the
100%.
Mark Hughes.
Yeah, yeah.
He's better than Mark Hughes. In my
Mark Hughes is
opinion.
good, you know.
He is, but I think
Did
there's
alright.
more longevity for me in Eddie Howe at Newcastle than there ever was going to be at that
But
time.
Man City was a lot quicker in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At that time, Mark Hughes was a stopgap. I think Eddie Howe is a stopgap, but as in a stopgap that had longevity to it. But I think if England comes, Eddie, you're not
He
turning
should
down.
go before they-
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
before they push him.
yes.
Yeah, keep your stock.
Absolutely.
Keep
The
your
World
stock.
Cup's
Keep
coming
your
up.
stock
There's
high.
no better opportunity for a
Go.
manager like him to manage a country in America for a World Cup. Like you can't really be turning that down.
I'd love to see him as England manager as well.
I think
I'd like-
he's
I
the
think
most
he'd do
likely
really well.
candidate as
Yeah, I'd
well.
like that.
I think he's the
Yeah.
most likely one.
Next up, it is Nottingham Forest. Oh, what have I got? Oh, dear.
I'll go.
Remember that.
I've got
Oh,
them
dear.
as 18th. I've got them to go down.
Go down.
Yeah, I do. It's harsh, but I feel like they've been dancing with the devil a little bit in the last couple of years.
Nice.
And I like that one.
Nice.
They've got, they've got quality in that side, but I just feel like when I look at the teams in and around them, the teams that have strengthened, the teams above them, I just think that they've been around that area for too long. I think at some point you will get sucked into it.
I've got 16th, but I think they start by default. Because it's
Just
more.
'cause there's three
there's
worse
worse
teams,
teams. Yeah, four worse teams.
Four
I've got.
worse.
I also don't really rate Nuno very highly.
Yeah, I think I may have overdone it with this one. I put them
Well, I
in,
know you won't, obviously.
put them in
Well,
12th.
Forgot about that.
12th.
This job was way
Yeah, I don't really know what I was thinking when I put them in
12th.
12th. I think I was thinking about Hudson-Odoi cutting in,
Elanga.
Elliot
Gibbs
Anderson
White,
joined,
and
Nico Williams.
Yeah,
They got their centre back as well. It's
Yeah,
really good.
and I was
Really-
like, this-
Danilo,
Murillo.
is it?
They
Murillo.
got
Murillo.
something. They could.
They've got Danilo
They
as
could
well.
cause teams problems. Do you know what it is about this? Right? Is everybody wants to play a certain way now in the Prem, and they're one of the few teams that will actually offer something different. And I don't know if that might work in their advantage a little bit, hitting teams on the break, being a physical team, set pieces.
They've definitely got. Got that.
I think it would be nice for the Prem if someone actually benefited off that. For once, that type of football. So I don't know. I'm regretting it. I should probably have them lower.
But a bit wild.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. I'm thinking about it now, but it is what it is.
To be fair, there's teams.
They got good players though.
There's teams I've put above them that could easily drop below.
Yeah.
The likes of Wolves, Bournemouth, Brentford.
Yeah.
You know
And who knows who else is going to get another points deduction? Everton could easily get another points.
They got some good players, Nottingham Forest. They've signed a lot of players over the last couple of years. This one's been a bit of a calm window.
Jota Silva, they also brought him in over from Portugal. But listen, they did all right last year. However, I have got them to finish rock bottom.
20th.
No, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
No, that's
it is
wild.
probably a little bit crazy.
That's
but
wild.
Yeah, I've got them.
What's wilder, my prediction or yours?
No, yours.
Do you know what?
I back them to go down. I think
but 20th,
but
so below.
They're not going to be 12th, aren't
below Ipswich, below Southampton, below Leicester.
12th, above Fulham, Wolves, Brighton, Bournemouth.
I've not got them above
Everton.
Fulham. I'm not above Fulham.
Well, listen, it is what it is, man.
Chelsea.
I do have a bit of a soft spot for them because I went to uni there, and my girlfriend's family all support Forest. Sorry about that.
I don't think they go down.
Yeah,
I don't think they go down.
Maybe not, but yeah,
They've
I've
just
got them
signed
20.
No, that's Bournemouth.
That's Bournemouth, Evan Nielsen.
Okay, we'll get
All
to
right,
that.
let's go through the rest of these then.
Let's crack
Next
on,
up,
lads.
Southampton. I'm sorry, the Saints. You're 19th. You're
Rock
going
bottom
down.
for me.
19th.
Rock
19th.
Got
bottom.
them 19th, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they've not done much, have they?
No.
Have they
Bless
done?
them. They've not really
have
had
they done?
the money to do much, but they have brought in Adam Lallana, who, going to his boyhood club, he's not going to pull up trees. Have some respect. Champions League winner, Premier League winner.
He's a great player.
Last
Last
but
time.
yeah, I've got them
George Best
19th,
won the
man.
Champions League once. They're not going to sign him.
Last time he was there, he was
Dead,
good.
unfortunately. But yeah, 19th. I've got them as.
Yeah, I've got them as going down 20th.
Fair enough.
Russell
We'll
Martin.
move on.
I don't think he's enough to. I think he's a decent manager, but I don't think he's enough solely to
No,
keep
they
him up.
stay. They smell of relegation.
Yeah, they stink of it.
Think
of it.
Tottenham Hotspurs. I have them as. Ooh.
I reckon you've gone them as 7th.
Correct. 7th. I
Yeah.
have done 7th. yeah.
You've gone 8th.
No, I've put them 6th, but
Okay.
because the way you've been talking about my club, I want to put them lower.
Nah, Dustin, you're right. Dustin.
Graphic has been made.
The graphic has
The
been
graphic
made.
has been made. Where did you go?
I've gone 6th.
Okay.
I've gone 6th. But I'm going to add this, Abby, right? But I'm going to add this quickly. Yeah. It could be 8th.
Yeah.
That could be 12th. It could be 6th, could be 12th. Because he could quite easily be found out with his tactics this year.
Quite soon
been
as well.
found out.
Very soon, yeah.
I would argue he'd already been found out.
No, yeah, but
I would.
I'm just saying.
If you look,
just saying.
I'm sorry. Look at this. Meanwhile, my prediction is the other way. I think Tottenham have the ability to be anywhere from 4th to 12th.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really do.
Pretty wild.
I would hope very much that I'm in the right remit of. I put them 4th because I'm going to put them 4th. Why would I not? I still think we have the ability to finish in
were
the
only
Champions League spots.
how many
we
points?
finished 5th.
Yeah.
But how many points off 4th were you in the end?
Not many. I don't know.
No, he wasn't many.
Not many.
Wasn't many
But
at all.
again, we
3 or 4?
completely decided to completely capitulate again and concede 4 goals every game.
He wasn't happy at
Until
the
the
end of
last
the season,
game.
was he?
No, it wasn't.
He really
It wasn't happy. I'd say from about March time, it really took a turn in terms of the way that we were conceding goals was ridiculous. Literally 3 or 4 goals a game we were conceding, weren't scoring, and it was not happy. Look, we've invested quite a lot of money. I'd actually say I can't.
2 points off 4th.
Yeah, look, I can't argue and sit there and say that we haven't invested money. We've spent 65 million on Dominic Solanke. Do I think that is quite an obscene
Does that
amount
get
of
you
money?
2 points to finish in
Maybe.
4th?
Well, this is my point. I think they have the ability because they're such a mixed bag. They could be anything from 4th to 12th. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. And I think if you ask a lot of Spurs fans, they'll be like, I really couldn't tell you how this season is going to go. I really like Ange. I want it to work. I think we have a great defence. I really do, which baffles all of us why we concede so many goals. So it only leads to the tactics and the high line because Mickey van der Ven is great. Romero's a great player. Udogie and Porro. It's a great back four. And then I kind of look at the midfield. Bissouma had a stinker after 10 games last season. He was really poor. I'd need to see him improve because for me, I wanted a 6. It's a position we haven't really gone in, but we've got Archie Gray, who is versatile. He actually looks really good. Sarr, we've obviously got young players that we've also bringing through, like Mikey Moore. He's just signed his first professional contract. I think he's going to feature a lot this season. Bergvall. Sorry?
Is he a winger?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, you need him to play.
Again, there's a lot of players that we've got that are quite versatile. You know, I think Son, obviously, we're going to see him back on the wing where he's a lot better than down the middle. We also have to take into account that Son is ageing as well. So, you know, we need to be prepared for that. So a lot of the players we've made are young talents, a lot of English talent as well that we've brought in as well. So I would hope that if you've gone and spent 65 million on Dominic Solanke, that is going to reward you in some way with the style of play. But genuinely, don't know. My expectation is somewhere between 4th to 6th, probably.
If you ask Ange, he'd say, I want 4th. That's what we're aiming for.
And I do think that has to be the aim for Tottenham with the amount of money they've got.
He wants a trophy.
I want a trophy.
It's exciting. It's exciting to watch that type of football.
As a neutral.
As a neutral, yeah. And, you know, it gives Spurs fans, but you have to show that you've got
100%.
some sort of versatility. You've got to show it because you'll get into that same sort of ilk as Bielsa did.
Yeah.
Bielsa come unstuck. Second season, they was a mess.
It's all on Ange for me. Because this could go one of two ways.
He's got to show a little bit more versatility.
Yeah.
I think Bissouma and Maddison are critical though, because those two, I mean, for different reasons. I think Maddison injuries, if he could just stay fit and then obviously perform to his level, that's the hub of your team.
It's the little nucleus of the team.
That's the
we need,
creativity.
and the problem is both of them are incredibly inconsistent.
Yeah.
So that's where we need to find that. And I do have a feeling that the young talent I've seen a lot of in pre-season who've actually been really good, I think they're going to play a big part. Kulusevski as well, I've said, needs to have a big season. You've got Brennan Johnson. We have got Timo Werner. We've got quite a lot of depth actually for us. Whether or not that's good depth, I'll let you know as the season goes on. But I think this is a lot of it is on Ange. A lot of it is
Son
on
and
him.
Solanke though, that's two players that can get 15 goals apiece. So that's.
I'm not necessarily worried about the goal side.
Yeah.
It's just always the high line that I'm concerned about.
It's not even the actual defenders, because the
defenders
I
are
think the
really
defenders are
good.
good
It's just the
players.
style.
It's just the
It's
style. And
yeah.
also, with that high line again, if Mickey van der Ven gets injured, you're in for a bit of
The
a
thing
hard
is,
time.
he can run fast.
They've got all the tools now.
Yeah.
To go get a couple of early goals. Yeah, and if he can just shut it up, they'll be a dangerous
Shut up
team.
shop.
They will
There
be.
we go.
Right, Tottenham done 9 out of the 10 teams that we're predicting today. West Ham. I have gone, Nicky. What do you think I've gone for your team?
I reckon you've gone quite high. I reckon. Actually, I can't remember what you said, but I reckon 7th,
I've gone for 9th.
9th. Yeah.
Would you take that?
No, but
Well,
Why should you take
it's a
9th?
prediction. I wouldn't take 9th. I wouldn't like to take 9th.
What's good about 9th? It's
well,
nothing.
it's better. What did you get last year?
8th.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
Forgot
gone
that.
7th. I've gone 7th again in that little
Knife is
bracket.
nothing.
you could have Tottenham's place. It's fine.
It's in that same bracket as could be 4th, could be 10th. I don't know.
They're just outside that bracket for me.
I just wanted to say on your very quickly on your signings, they're on paper had a great window. Fulkrug could be the most typical West Ham signing ever, where he comes in with lots of expectation from one good season and scores 1 goal, or he can have a really prolific season.
He could be a cult hero in 2 months.
Jury's
He had a bad
jury's
debut.
fully out.
He had a bad debut. Missed a penalty.
Jury's fully out
Fair
on
play.
West Ham.
But the money that they have spent, fair play to them, because listen, I know you've done a video on the rise of the ticket prices and stuff like that, which was a great watch, and you should watch that if you can. But they've spent a lot of money as well.
Yeah, they have.
I'm not saying that's an excuse, but when you've brought in Kilman, Fulkrug, Somerville,
Kilman's good signing.
Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka for 15 mil as well, very, very
Young kid from Brazil as well.
I'll say this: they've
Yeah.
had the best window.
Todebo as well. Is that over the
Yeah,
line?
yeah,
That's
it's
a
done.
loan.
It's done.
That's
So-
done. No, yeah, that's a loan.
With
We're
option
going
to
to buy
buy.
him next year.
So
Okay.
that's
I've got
the best
West Ham
window.
5th.
5th.
I'm putting them
Fair
as high
play.
as possible. I think that's like the cap, but I think with the players that they brought in and no Europe, I'm very excited to watch at West Ham. Out of all the teams going into Premier League season, they're the ones I'm most excited to watch, because when you put that first 11 on there, there's 4 or 5 players that can go straight into top 6 11s. We're talking Kudus, we're talking Paqueta,
Bowen.
we're talking Bowen. You know,
It's definitely exciting.
Somerville was linked with Liverpool, linked with us. Scored
Ward-Prowse
loads of
was
goals
linked with
in the
Liverpool.
Championship. Yeah, Ward-Prowse puts it straight on Fulkrug's forehead.
the other day.
So, and the defenders as well. Like Wan-Bissaka's a good signing. It's a good sign. So I'm excited for West Ham. I think they're gonna. They might not. They might finish 7th, but I've got them 5th because
I've got them
putting them up there.
Here we go.
8th.
All right.
I've got them 8th, and the reason I say that is because I don't think it's going to all click straight away. I think it's going to be very tough. You think about the defence we've got. That's 3 of the 4. We've lost our captain. Zuma's going. He was our captain last year. Bowen's now the new captain.
He failed his medical out in Saudi.
Yeah, but they'll tie that up.
Yeah,
They'll still
sure.
tie that up. It's not going. As I said, it's not about them. Listen, the geezer's never going to pass medical anyway. I'm surprised he passed the medical when he came to us.
Was it CAT scan?
Yes.
Very good.
That's a good one, Ab. I like that one.
Yeah. He's getting better.
But yeah, I've just said 8 because I think we're going in the right direction, and I think there's definitely scope for us to push up the league. But I don't think he's going to start particularly well. I think he's going to take a little bit of time for that to gel. We've got some great players. I mean, Paquetá scored a worldie the other day. I mean,
saw it.
You know, it was
Finish.
nice little dink
nice.
and the interplay. But there is still questions over the defence. There is still questions that the goals that we conceded in that game were poor. So I've got full confidence that he'll sort it. But I think he's going to take a bit of time, which is fine.
His message to Danny Dyer.
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
said,
I see. Yeah.
I will push him here. You push your daughter.
You push it. I don't know what you mean.
I don't know what he
Bit
means
strange
by
that,
that.
but
But he is now the captain, Jared Bowen.
Yes, he is. Yeah,
So that's a massive move for him. Finally, Wolverhampton Wanderers, people, and then we move on to the actual predictions of the games themselves. I've gone 13th. It's probably a little bit high, to be honest, but again, there were times during last season, they finished in 14th last season. They did lose their 4 out of the last 5 games, but there were times when, you know, they beat Tottenham. Sarabia was playing well.
Yeah,
they were
surprised.
gutted that Neto couldn't be fit for the full season, but the money they've got for him, they'll be over the moon.
They've sold
Got to
Kilman to
reinvest
us
that.
as well.
Sold Kilman, who was one of their top players, captain.
last year, yeah.
I think they'd be happy with 13th, 14th.
I've got them 14th. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've got them 12.
12th, around that area. 12?
Yeah, no,
There you
14th.
go.
I got him. I got him
14th.
14th.
No.
It
But
was a
let me
big
just
loss.
say this,
Massive loss.
because he said I've got Chelsea 4th.
I don't get this. I just
Me and you this season.
don't
I've
got Chelsea
get
full.
it. Do you
Got
get
10th.
this?
Come on.
From 12.
Me and Nicky
Anyway,
Hawkins.
there you go.
We're going.
Oh no.
Nick Yorkins
10.
and Matisse
put my math
joining
away.
forces. Yeah, get rid of that. But yes, that is our predictions for the rest of the Oddschecker £1 million predictor. If you'd like to play at home, do remember the links in the description. Come and beat us and win that £1 million at the end of the season. Of course, you need to be in the UK, you need to be 18, and you need to gamble away. Right, let's get into this one. How long have we been waiting for this? Months and months. The first game of the season, Manchester United, Fulham, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. It's the curtain raiser. Prediction score-wise, what are we thinking for this one? Emil Smith-Rowe.
Oh, I'm excited.
Coming back to Old Trafford as a former Arsenal player. Obviously, United will be looking to put a bit of a show on. But I wouldn't write Fulham off.
I'm not
I wouldn't
writing
write Fulham off. So, my prediction is 2-1 United. I think at home that's pretty much the standard
So you've written
scoreline
Fulham
that
off.
they win by. Well, I'm still giving them a goal and a headache of a game for United. But I will go 2-1 United. I think at home, obviously they lost some horrendous games to lower teams in the league last year. But I think at home, 2-1, first game of the season, Friday night, they'll have all had a drink. Fans, that is, not the players.
We've all had a
Hopefully.
drink.
2-1 United. 2-1 United. What do we reckon?
I went 3-0 United.
3-0?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a flyer for United to start.
Fair enough.
Something is screaming at me saying this is 1-0.
I've had 2-2.
Emil Smith-Rowe
Something is
last minute
telling me this
6.
is going to be a little draw.
Traore comes on.
And then all the heads
Adama
gone.
Traore running at
Raul
people.
Jimenez
Yeah.
getting
It
out
won't
on
be.
it.
I remember last season, Fulham went there and slapped him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
And
yeah,
it was a
they
Wobie on the break.
That was
But
3-0, wasn't it?
Curtain
I think
raising.
so, yeah.
Oh,
I think so.
3-0.
And
was, you know.
I'm going to go
Might
with
have
the
even been 4.
I can't remember the score, but it was a.
They're not going to be as bad.
I'm looking it up, mate.
a wallop?
Slap bang.
I'm sure it was a
slap
I'm sure it was a
bang.
4. I'm sure it's 4.
It was a hiding.
I'm sure it's
they
4.
got destroyed. No, I don't think that's going to happen
it was
again.
2-1. It was a Wobie,
2-1, but
97th
Do you know what it
minute.
was? It was a
But they
tight
should have
score.
won that
Yeah,
about
they should have won by
5-1.
more. Yeah, they created a lot of chances.
Who went there and slapped them 4 then? Someone
remember.
did.
Someone.
Was it
I remember.
Brighton?
Was it
might have been
Bournemouth?
Brighton.
Oh, it was people
Oh,
saying
but I think it was Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
It was
Bournemouth,
Bournemouth.
yeah.
They still won a trophy. But yeah, Iwobi's there.
Well, you and I still on the same wave.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We're on a
Toss
draw.
on his left.
So
I'm on a draw.
I like Smith-Rowe, Wobie, Adama Traore. It's just giving problems. Yeah, Munez. It's giving problems.
United to go 1-0 down?
It's giving issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire
A little
last minute,
Onana,
1-0.
little cheeky mistake, little something.
Oh, and then can you imagine on United View, the head's gone.
Oh,
God, you love to
Bring
see
it to us.
Head
it.
be rolling.
Just imagine when we go their third game of the season.
Rip it up.
Control Alt Delete.
Control Alt Delete. I'm going to go.
what are we
I'm
going
going
then,
to
people?
go with this draw.
Draw.
3-0
you've
United,
gone
yeah.
for.
Go 2-2, but there's no Paulinho.
2-2. I like that. There isn't. That's true. I'll go 2-1 United. Next up, it is Chelsea versus Manchester City. Right,
Pow.
what a power game this is to start with. Conor Gallagher at this minute right now is back in London after
Mad.
the Atletico
Gallagher.
move stalled.
Mad.
For City, it does look like Oscar Bob is set for a spell on the sidelines after fracturing a bone in his leg during training. I believe it was yesterday.
They must be going in the market City now.
Chelsea City, this is a tough one to predict because Chelsea at home, they have to start well, new manager bounce, all of that. But City are City. So as much as I think Chelsea could nick a draw, I also think City could win 4-1.
United fans are retaliating with City batterings in the chat. I'm just like,
That's
listen,
all
don't
right.
forget, they're your rivals. They're your rivals.
Yeah, don't get clouded by...
Don't let me do that to you.
Just be realistic.
No, do you know what? We could get battered because we are trying to play
4-4 last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
game.
What a good game
But
that
we're trying to play out from the back now, and that's going to take time to learn.
That'll be fun to
And we're
watch.
making loads of mistakes in pre-season, giving the ball away. Haaland literally
Which goalkeeper
destroyed
will
us.
play tomorrow?
It's probably Sanchez. So
Will Disasi play? Because I loved it when he tried to run back to
Disasi won't
do
play.
that
It'll
defending.
be Fofana and Colwell, I think.
Okay.
If you
So-
played all 8,
Fofana
Huh?
and Colwell.
if you played all 8, you'd have a
Yeah,
chance.
you'll be all right. Why don't you
It's
do
brilliant.
in the
that?
goal at the same time as well.
Yeah.
Orange kit.
Yeah. Play all 8
Is that,
and then just
is that legal?
Definitely not.
Of course.
Oh, shit.
Palmer and okay, that's it.
But yeah, no.
Or dress them up in kits, right, and then just get them all to stand on the goal line.
Oh, yeah.
8 of them.
Finish.
Why,
And then
why
just
has
have
no one done
Jackson up
that?
front.
Why has no one done that?
Because you lose 42-0.
Huh?
You did.
Still lose.
There's parking buses and then there's parking.
But yeah, the best I can really think of is a draw. I'll be honest, because I just think our defense is going to ship too many goals to keep up.
I'd love them to win. First day of
I'd love
the
us
season.
if we
Who?
won. Oh my
I mean,
days!
yeah, but
because it would shake up the Premier a little bit, wouldn't it? It would be
It
like
would shake it up.
Yeah, it'd be like,
Shake it
well,
up,
Man
shake
City
it
lost their
up.
first game. Now they're only
Hurrah.
going to be in the title race till
Yeah,
the
nightmare
last
for
day again. Yeah, the best I can go over draw. I try to be optimistic. I'm going to go over 2-2.
I got a Desmond as well.
I got a Desmond.
Yeah.
Go on then. Little entertaining one.
I think always when it's like opening weekend, it's never what you think it's going to be. So in normal terms, I'd probably say it's a heavy win for City. I will go with a narrow 2-1 City win.
I just don't. I just can't see a game.
don't.
There's no Rodri.
I don't see it. I just
Dude,
can't see a game
Don't
Right.
see it. Don't.
where City don't score. I do not see it. It's almost impossible for them not to score across 100 minutes of football.
Yeah.
No, they'll definitely score. but-
they'll score. Oh,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
worry about that.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about it. To be fair,
Haaland,
but I
Haaland is
can't-
not Trembler.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'll go 2-2, and that's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I've
But
said
it could
2-2.
also be
I said
5-0. So
No,
Yeah.
don't do that.
no, I won't do that. But I will. Yeah.
4-1.
Anyway, Ipswich, the Tractor Boys, who look like they have secured the signature of Calvin Phillips today on loan from Manchester City.
God.
This is the early kickoff on the Saturday. Arne Slot's first game as a Liverpool manager in the Premier League, the start of the new era. What is my prediction? My prediction is it's going to be a very tough game for Liverpool. You know, not only is it an early kickoff, not only are their fans going to be absolutely on it from the warm-up, right? You've got Ed Sheeran with his guitar in the background. Like, they can and they will cause the big teams problems at Portman Road this season. Having watched Liverpool in pre-season, I'm confident. However, that first day of the season, we had it at Fulham a couple of years ago. We thought we'd win. We ended up with a draw. Apart from that one draw, actually, Liverpool do normally, especially under Klopp, win their games. Salah scores, apart from Fulham, he scored in that one. Apart from last season, he scored in every first day of the season he's had for Liverpool. So I expect us to go big. I expect us to go strong. And hopefully that nous, that Premier League experience, just after an initial wave of maybe they score early, I think that experience will just go settle, right? The big
Yeah.
boys are in town, and I'll go 3-1 Liverpool. Hopefully.
I'm going to say
Touch wood.
Liverpool win. Just one.
Right.
I think it'd be like
1-0.
2-1.
Any
2-1.
scorers?
No, I don't know what the scorers are, but I'm just going to say 2-1.
Just 2-1.
But Portman Road,
Tough.
on the
place,
first
man.
game of the season,
the
first
one place
time
you
back,
wouldn't wanna go,
They've been down to League One
Yeah.
as well. You know what I mean? Like they've back-to-back promotions. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be like, you know what, like it was at Luton, you know, and Brentford when they first come up. You know, there's always that shocker at the. But I can't see this being a shocker. I think they'll start well, and I think it'll be loud there.
Might
but
score first.
That's what I'm.
Yeah,
that's
I
what
think they'll score first. Yeah.
Liverpool come back.
And then the crowd get up,
Yeah.
and then we puncture them with a.
Yeah.
My thing is that they're going to play a brand of football that might go against them and probably plays into Liverpool's hands. I've actually got Liverpool to win 3-1 because Jota will play and I think he'll score, and I think Salah will score as well opening day. I think it will be a close game and might maybe like Liverpool get a late one on the break, but I think because Ipswich play that brand of football everybody's been talking about with McKenna, which is, you know, open, attractive, attacking football, I think Liverpool, they'll just pick them off.
They just pick them off.
Yeah.
I think the same. 3-1.
Liverpool win, yeah. We are going to be watching this game at Box Park, Liverpool, on Saturday for the first time in the Premier League. So if you are in Liverpool, get down, jump on the fan cams, and we'll have a good old time. Next up, we have Arsenal versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Listen, you always want your first game of the season to be at home. Arsenal have got that. We've all predicted Wolves to be firmly in the second half of the table. Are we all expecting a cruise here?
Yeah, I think it's a
Sun
perfect
shining.
opening day.
Yeah.
I think.
Sun shining, birds chirping.
Robbie's fresh
TV
from...
rookie.
By the way, we haven't even mentioned it. Massive
Yeah,
round of
big up
applause
to
for
Ross.
Robbie. Right? Massive round of applause. He has walked from Brentford to
Mad
Fulham
what
to
he's been
Chelsea
doing.
to Crystal Palace to West Ham to Tottenham and Arsenal. I believe he's... I don't know. Can we get a live update to where the
He
Don
should
is?
be
Is
around
there
Tottenham now.
Is there a Don...
Is there a
Don
kind
tracker?
of Don tracker?
We should have put a tracker
Don
on.
We should
tracker.
have.
Yeah.
We actually
Put a
should
tracker on
have.
it.
We should have put the tracker on the Don. But if we can get an
Put the
update
tracker
as to
on the
where
Don.
he is
Should put a
right
GoPro.
now,
I'm
it will
pretty-
be in North London. I
I'm
think
pretty
he's,
sure he should be around Tottenham now.
he should be around Tottenham.
Yeah.
Keep your nut down, Robbie. Yeah. No silliness.
No
Get the picture.
silliness.
Move on. Right.
Get out of
Don't be
there.
silly now. Right.
Maybe expressions will like accompany him part through that part.
Maybe. But
Yeah,
listen,
you
if
might
you
need it.
Chased out.
if you
After what
can
happened last
donate
season
to prostate cancer, that is the cause that Robbie is walking for, then please do head over to Robbie's account. You'll find the link to download that and donate. But yeah, massive shout out to the Don, who is currently probably around about the Tottenham area. Predictions then for Arsenal Wolves. What are we feeling?
4-0.
I've got 2-0.
I'll go 3-1 Arsenal.
Are you gonna really
Here we
do
go.
that thing again that
She's
you
back.
do
Come on
No,
then.
like-
every season?
I like-
every-
Got a sneaky
I like
feeling
what-
Wolves get a draw.
You like what Wolves have got cooking with no Neto, yeah?
I don't like anything that Wolves are cooking, to be honest.
Okay.
I like what Nicky said.
4-0.
I might,
You're
yeah.
not going to say it out loud though? Or?
I'll go with what Nicky said.
Say it out
You
loud.
are
No, just say it out loud. Go on,
To
say
be
it.
fair, look,
I
she's not
think
wearing
Arsenal
pink
will
or red
win.
today. She's
Arsenal will win
back
again.
in her club
How much?
colours.
What's the score?
Move on, we've got things to do.
Everybody's giving
fair
score
enough.
predictions.
Come
You're
on.
out here being silly.
I'm
3-1
matching you.
Arsenal.
Okay.
And now let's
Right,
like-
there's a lot of super chats to get
There's
through.
a lot of
Come
super
on.
We're
chats.
going to get
Come
through
on.
them, trust me.
I
Don't
just
worry
gave you
about
a
that.
nice big prediction. Leave it at that.
Everton, Brighton, the 3 o'clock kickoff, on Saturday. Tough one that for Everton, first game of the season. I did think Brighton won there last year. Might be wrong. But I will go with 1-0. 1-0.
Yeah, that's
Toffees versus the Seagulls. There's a lot of Seagulls in
Brighton has
Liverpool.
spent a lot of money this
At
summer.
Have they?
Yeah, I think it's like close to 100
Yeah, it's Goodison Park.
160
They
odd
have
mil.
spent a
Well,
good
if the
few
other
quid.
two come through.
Oh, okay.
Spent a
Not
good few
all
quid.
done.
Yeah, they've spent a lot of money. They've not been hiding. They've used a lot of that Chelsea money. That
We gave them good 250.
yeah, you gave them a lot of money. So, I'm going with a 2-1 Brighton win.
I'm going to go with 2-1 Everton win.
2-1.
Yeah.
I actually drove past there the other day, and they've got the Super Kev Campbell memorial outside. So that's very special. And
Yeah, I'm gonna
I think
go-
it was his funeral yesterday. So obviously it goes without saying, rest in peace to Kevin Campbell,
Yeah.
Super Kev.
100%. I'm gonna go. I like 2-1 Everton. First game at
2-1.
home.
It's a little bit to go for Brighton. I've got a new manager.
Chip on their shoulder after the whole deduction thing, maybe.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. 2-1 Everton.
Okay. Next up, Newcastle Southampton. This could be, if I'm not mistaken, the furthest away day for Southampton fans. One end
Yeah,
of the
it will
country to the southwest and northeast. It's
Yeah, it's pretty
crazy.
It's pretty
That's
close
a
to it.
flight. I think Newcastle are going to absolutely thump them. I'm going to go 4-1.
It's a hard place to go, Newcastle.
Opening day.
It's hard.
Don't I know it?
Put you up in the gods. Opening day.
Them stairs. By the time you get
Tired,
to
you won't have time
oh
to- you won't have
mate,
energy to sing after them stairs.
What did you go for?
I'll go 4-1.
I'm going to go 5.
5.
yeah, I'm gonna go something
Fives.
similar.
Oh, Southampton love a 9-0, don't they?
By the way, there is.
Last time they
I'm gonna say 5-1.
Yeah.
5.
I'm
But
gonna
they
go
concede that 5 within about half an hour, and they're on their way.
Just bang,
back.
bang, bang,
one
bang, bang.
consolation.
I'm gonna
mate.
say.
It's a long way.
I'm gonna say 4-0.
4-0. Next up, Forest Bournemouth. I will go for 1-1 in this one.
That is the most boring opening day fixture I've ever heard.
Yeah.
What, Bournemouth first?
Forest Bournemouth.
That's a trek though as well, to be fair.
That's on the telly.
Is it?
No, I'm joking.
No, it's 3 o'clock. It won't be. 1-0. What do you reckon?
Boring that.
0-0.
Could be.
Yeah, do you know what? I'd argue that
Someone's
might
got
be
to do
that
one of them.
actually could. No, Forest at home. Bournemouth after no Solanke. I know they're bringing in that guy, but
He probably won't start.
I'm actually gonna go with a Forest win.
Forest win.
I'll go with a Forest 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah, I got 1-0 as well.
1-0. West Ham versus Aston Villa. This one is on the TV.
That one is
Bang.
At 5:30.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think City Chelsea is the biggest game. This is the one I'm looking forward to watching the most because both teams have signed really well.
Changes, yeah.
And
Lots
I
of
changes.
changes.
It could be good, this game to watch. So I'm going to go 2-2.
Stunning. Bissouma
I might, do you know what? 3-3.
3-3.
Yeah. Tree.
Is that true?
West Ham at home.
Yeah. I'm gonna say West Ham win.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
Don't blame
say
you.
2-1 West Ham
Don't
win.
blame you. Back your team, man.
3-2 West Ham.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there is some breaking news coming in.
Yeah.
Ange Postecoglou has just come out and said, "We've suspended Bissouma for Monday's game. He needs to build their trust back with both me and the group. The door is open for him, but behaviour is crucial." Apparently, he was seen on the old laughing gas.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't
Wow.
that with these people, man?
Oh, mate. I'll tell you what, he's not laughing now, is he?
No.
Hey?
You're not laughing
It's
now,
not that
are
funny.
you?
Laughing now.
All right. That is a high line.
Yeah, cool.
That is a highlight.
That is a high
My
line.
line for life, mate.
But yeah, fair play, man.
Tell us
Great start to the season for Bissouma after missing a large chunk of last season for injury and
Suspension.
obviously suspension.
Yeah,
So
probably shouldn't have done
Is that
that.
what she means to go on?
Probably shouldn't
really,
have done that.
really
Probably
good start.
shouldn't have
I have
jumped
big
on
hopes
that.
for Bissouma this season and the way he's gonna.
Told you, we
bring
need
Tottenham.
another 6.
Do need another
You need to
six.
sign a midfielder ASAP,
Yeah.
man. Seriously.
Get the likes up, by the way, people. Not even 1,000 likes, and there's over 5,500 people watching. So please do that, and trust me, we're going to get into these super chats. We're just rattling through the last ones of these. Next up is Brentford versus Crystal Palace, West London versus South London. I will go. Brentford are decent at home. I don't know where Ivan Toney's going to be during this game. I'll go 2-1 Palace. Is that all
I
right?
don't think Brentford have actually beat Palace
Yeah.
in the last
Maybe they're the
5.
bogey team. Yeah, 2-1 Palace,
Been a lot
I'll
of
go.
draws.
2-1 Palace. Away win. Sunday, 2 o'clock. That's on telly.
Palace.
I'll go 1-1.
1-0.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a 3-1 Palace win.
3-1 Palace.
I'm
Big
really
one.
fancying Palace this year.
Yeah. They've got to start well.
Well, especially if they keep Gay.
They ended well under Glasner,
Yeah,
didn't
they
they?
did.
But they've
Won
lost
at
the
Anfield.
They lost the
Yeah,
league.
but
True,
they haven't
but-
lost Eze.
They haven't lost their Zen.
And I think if they can keep Mark Gay, they'll be good.
Yep.
They'll be good.
What you got for us?
2-1 Palace.
2-1 Palace. Yeah, I've gone for that. All done?
All
Yeah.
done.
Last one. We've done Chelsea City. We'll do Leicester Tottenham now. Monday night. That's on the telly.
Monday night.
Right, and you're lucky, right?
know.
Because how many times has she swerved facing the music?
And I tell
when
you
her
what, you're
team's
like
lost?
this one as well.
Monday night.
I'm away the following week, so I won't even see you.
You on the call-in show Tuesday?
I will be, yeah. I go
Well,
away.
there's your
We'll be
opportunity
calling in.
to
No.
cook Abbott.
Oh no, hold on. Yeah, I'll be here on thingy. I'll be here Thursday, but then following fixture.
So we can still cook you then.
Yeah,
if you've
just
lost.
saying that I'm away the week after that.
Yeah, so you're not really
And-
hiding.
No, I'm not hiding, but I won't see you after if we lose at home to Everton the week after.
Well,
I
I'd
won't be
actually
here.
prefer you to win that game.
Yeah.
So, all right. Leicester Spurs. Wasn't this like a mental game a couple of years ago when
Yeah.
they were in the Prem? Was it like
Stephen
5-4
Bergwijn
or
last
something? 4-3?
minute.
I'm going to go Monday night. Hey, their fans are
Monday
going to have had a drink. They're going to be up for it. I'll go 2-1 Tottenham. 2-1 Tottenham.
2-0 Tottenham.
2-0.
Yeah.
Nice. Look at you.
Here we go. He's having a think, isn't
Try
he?
and be nasty,
Hey?
aren't you?
Who they got? They're going to win 2-0.
I'm going to push you for time a little
2-0.
bit.
I'm
I
going to
think.
go.
2-0?
Yeah.
2-0 Spurs.
Yeah, I'll go 2-0 Tottenham.
Big up. All of your predictions flying through in the chat. Let's jump into the super chats before we finish
so
off.
attention seeking today. She's dying. She can't. She's
Right.
sending so many
Okay,
super
we'll
chats.
get to you, Clara. Yeah.
She's such an attention seeker.
Tabrez says, United fan here. Big up AGT. I genuinely see Liverpool challenging for the league, especially with a midfield of Tchouameni, Bellingham, Caicedo, and Zubimendi. Fantastic.
And
Slap bang wallet.
Did you forget Lavia as well?
So no, we've got to move on.
Okay.
Perf Luxury says, get your verdict predictions in, everyone. The end of Manchester City is near. Hopefully Rangers win the SPL this year and EPL, VAR and tie are fixed. Fair enough. Soul Cow and Co. AGT, how naive are you? You fell for Zubi like you fell for Kone. I can see what's coming. Kone, Thuram, Caicedo. This was a stunt by the cheap owners to trick people like you into thinking they're trying, and you fall for it every time. Clara Bitsy, here she is in the building. Let's see what she's got to say on her first super chat. AGT, on the last show you were telling us about Liverpool signing a number 6 from La Liga. Are you sure if Mama Dashvili plays as a number 6? Brilliant. Oliver Jar says, if Chelsea get Osimhen and Felix, the only thing that's stopping us from winning the treble is injuries. Do you agree? That's a bit of a wild statement.
There's a lot more things stopping.
A lot more things stopping
Probably
us.
PSR as well, maybe. Clara Bitsy, Abby, if Chelsea finish above Spurs, you go down the library in a blue top and give a 5-minute long apology to all the Chelsea
No,
fans
not doing anything
as
until-
repercussions to
no.
your absolutely disgraceful prediction.
No, because I'm still not been paid for my bets. So as I said last year,
Yeah, that's a good
I won't
one.
be taking any new bets until I'm paid in full. From
I did
both-
get paid by Cecil. I
Oh.
finally
Flex
got paid.
won't even come in and face you.
No,
At least
it's
I'm
okay.
here.
I'll take bank transfer. Don't worry.
I did ask him for interest, but
And it's being paid.
What's
I'm not
that-
getting out
has
of it.
wasn't in
Really
the
are paid.
account.
How much you owe you?
Cecil has paid me, bro.
So, Matisse owes me £100. Flex owes me 50 quid.
Bro,
Pay them.
And also, do you
and
know
the
how long
amount
it's
of
been going
money
on
this
for?
kid's
4
been
months.
making from street
4
as
months
well.
for 100 quid.
4
It's
months.
amortization.
Amortization, because he's marked.
Yeah, no, it's got to be paid up before kick-off tomorrow night.
It will be paid.
Otherwise, it doubles.
It
So
will
it's
be-
got to be paid.
You've got to pay it before the season
No,
starts,
that's
bro.
money.
See how much money she's pumped
Also,
into the
know.
it's
studio.
not even going to me.
Typical
I'm
Chelsea,
giving it to
isn't it?
charity.
Typical Chelsea. Right? Spend. Can we have that money that you owe us?
DR bailiffs
What
are
money?
in full effect.
Don't know what
They're
you're
going to
talking
collect
about,
money
mate.
for you. They take it off your invoice. They'll take it off your
Wait,
money.
man. You just wait, yeah?
I got it, man. I
Get
got it.
BH Stricto to come and collect that.
To be fair,
yeah?
because she's been slagging off my club so much, I'm just making her sweat a little bit.
I think
It's
you
not
made
me.
us.
You're making
Charity.
It's going for charities. It's all
You're
going for
making charity sweat.
You're
How dare
literally,
you?
you and Flex
You
are
are a
stealing from charities.
disgrace.
Gracias.
It is a
Slap
disgrace.
bang.
Flex has got that Sky Sports money as
Yeah,
well,
that's
man.
fine.
Yeah,
I'm
what about
getting
Flex? Why is that? Why am I
No,
doing
he owes
it?
me.
No, it's both of you. It's both of
Yeah.
you.
Money.
It's both
Flex
of you.
owes less. If anything,
Trust
it's
me,
even
he's been
worse.
held accountable as well.
He's just a bum, guys. He's got no money, says Jamie in the chat. And DR Sports says, bro trying to pay her £100 over a 7-year contract. She's not Cole Palmer, bro. Yeah, she's not Nicholas Jackson. Jesus. Maha says, Liverpool third is a reach. There's no proof that Slot will succeed. And they're going into the season with no 6, playing Gravenberch there, question mark. No top 4. 4, in my opinion. Brilliant. Say says, top 4 is probably the City, the North London teams and Liverpool. Ipswich will finish on just visiting or place 17th. Monzi just sends money. Cheers. Uncle Somi says Slot's transition will go bad fast. Liverpool are an emotional side. Klopp struggled with steadiness last season. Even Van Dijk was unsure about this season. Maha says Matisse thinking Chelsea with a championship level manager will finish above United is funny. What's the proof? Matisse, should we bet on this? Sai, again, banker prediction, Spurs to win nothing, likely and bold prediction, Chelsea to end their cup drought by winning a trophy at Wembley. I'm not sure if it's against Liverpool, definitely won't be. Justin, Bournemouth have just signed Ivan Nilsson for a club record 40 million. Arsenal's Nketiah sale to Bournemouth has just fallen through. Clara Bitsy again. I need some more to at this point. Abby just said 8th to 4th is very interchangeable. Remember, you are not allowed to flip-flop on your team. You predicted to finish 12th. Because I'll be there to remind you about your prediction every week.
Great, thanks so
And then
much.
she laughs, says, top 4? Trust me, there are more chances of you wearing 4 kits than
Who does
Spurs
Clara
finishing top
support?
4.
Chelsea. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Whatever you know. There's a lot of allegeds about Clara Bitsy.
Yeah, there is. And you know what we're talking about.
I always see him on his phone about this time.
It's not me.
Is it you?
I thought Clara Bitsy.
Well, we haven't actually seen Clara and Matisse in the
In the
same
same
room.
room.
Ever.
No.
Dragon says, I'm late to the live stream. Has anyone said anything about Zubimendi?
Watch it
Yes,
back.
we have, mate. First thing that was mentioned, actually, the song. Justin, Bournemouth, yes, we read that one. Tabrez, West Ham finished 9th, 8 points behind United. Deepan says West Ham are bigger than Spurs, more pedigree, more aura, history and heritage. Spurs are pretenders who want to hang around the big boys in the Prem.
Do you know how many trophies Tottenham have won? Do you know the history? No. Just
Well,
go
it
Google
is the history of the Tottenham.
Honestly, I know all these weird Gen Z people think that the Premier League was like the start of football. But
so when I mentioned we've won 19 leagues, no, you've won 1 Prem. So
I don't. One time.
Well, maybe not you, but okay, if we're using that logic, I'm cool as well.
Little Gen Zers.
Yeah. Get a life. Go and touch some trees outside. Yeah.
Get off the laptop.
Go and do something with your life. Get off TikTok. Right. Go and hug a tree, you sausage. I hope Man United stay the same this season, says Jay. Most entertaining team to watch with late goals and fan meltdowns. Matisse Mud Brothers for life. A Burke says Chelsea are finished. Stop talking about that dead, dusty club. Spurs to finish above Chelsea and United.
Again.
Clara says Chelsea 2-1 City. Kelechi says that C-Tech John Legend running his mouth about United. Chelsea without Palmer are Ipswich with £1 billion. Enjoy your trip to San Marino, you clown. Deepan says the only thing that is dusty is that Spurs trophy cabinet in their fancy new stadium. Dragon says random hot take. Fair enough. It's fine. Sorry. A few more. Random hot take. I think this season is the season to have the first 10-something score in the league history, and I hope Arsenal will be destroying their ops. Maresca to be sacked this season. The cycle continues, says A. Burke. Clara's back. News. Abi Bissouma suspended by Postecoglou. Leicester 2-1 against Spurs. Jay says, Matisse, if James gets injured again, would you consider selling him?
I don't think I'd ever actively
sold all
want
your other
James
academy players, haven't they?
Yeah, what's the other?
You sold Bobby Clark, didn't you? And probably half the people that won the Carabao Cup for you discussed.
Against Spearing.
Against you. No, he's still playing for the reserves.
No, he's not.
I swear on my mum's life, he still is.
No, he's not.
You get one over 23 player in the reserves.
Over 33. Bro. Over 43. It's got to be close.
Is he actually still there? And you're giving him new contracts?
He's got to be a manager. It's got to be a manager on
strike me down.
The same way that Huddles does not play for Man United.
He's a player for the reserves.
So what? You gave him a new contract?
You're allowed over 23 player, and he's that guy.
So you gave him a new contract to do that because he's not got the same contract.
Jay Spearing, right? Type him in.
He went and played for Bolton and stuff.
Mate, what do you mean? Yeah, he did. He's played for Bolton, Blackburn. He's since 2022. He's at Liverpool, mate. I'm telling you right now.
How old is he?
He is the grand old age of 35. Standing
What's
at
he
5'7".
What is he doing there?
Have some respect. Have some respect.
What is he doing there?
I told you what he's doing, bro.
And why is he playing?
Look, Liverpool under 21s. He's been there for the last 2 years.
That's wild. What is he doing?
I'm not being funny.
No, seriously, what is he doing?
Yeah, what is he doing?
What are you doing?
You've got the likes of Michael Owen, you've got the likes of Robbie Fowler, Steven Gerrard, and you've decided to bring back Jay Spearing
you're
as the experience for the under 21s.
For the under 21s.
Well, why not?
Well, whatever. Yeah, if he can, then Michael Owen can.
No way.
It's a bit weird.
That's odd. That's really odd.
Obviously, I know it's odd, you pillocks. I know that.
So why is it happening?
He lives near.
He lives here.
That's the first thing that came to my head.
Actually wild.
He lives around the corner.
To be fair, I live near as well.
Because he's got the L1 postcode.
What a wild
I don't know if it's
excuse
L1,
that
but
is.
genuine question, right?
That is
It
so
sounds
bad.
mental. It sounds mental.
No, but it seriously doesn't make any
Right?
sense.
If Liverpool came to me and said, look, Jay Spearing's getting off in the under 21s, you fancy it? I reckon, in terms of like what I can offer on the pitch, sounds wild, right? Because he's played in the Premier League and whatnot. I reckon I could offer more. For the reserves,
apart from the cardio.
For the reserves, maybe apart from the cardio, but in terms of the long ball, physicalness, he's 5'6".
I don't know what's going on. Honestly,
Big up Jay Spearing though, man.
That is
You're doing him dirty at home.
That is actually so odd.
Big him up though, man. He does live near, but
That is so odd.
round the corner from the changing ground. He lives near. Short commute. Good. Right. Why is every big club sleeping on Youssef Fofana? Says London Nomad. I don't know. I don't know, mate. Clara Bitsy, trust me, I support Chelsea and I never wore a jersey of another Premier League club. You cannot say the same.
I can actually. I wore a Bayern Munich shirt,
Ooh,
and the City one I actually rested on me, Clara. I've never seen a photo of Clara, have you? So I wouldn't know if she's.
Well, I
she ever
think I
worn
have, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you send us one in of you wearing a Chelsea shirt?
FaceTime, Clara.
Yeah,
There's no
FaceTime
hiding
us.
place.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I have wore
Honey.
other Premier League clubs jersey. I used to collect them when I was a youngster.
Yeah.
But look at my leg here.
Have you got
This is ink.
West Ham.
This is
fan.
ink. This is ink.
Oh, there we go. Look, yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
you
there's a
can't.
scar there on the.
There's no Tipex that takes that out.
No, but that
trust
is
me.
ink. That is in
Big
my
up to a
blood.
man like Nicky.
Inked in your
Guys,
blood.
that's the first show. Round of applause to you all. We're back.
Back.
We are back in the building.
We are back.
Oh, we're
That was unreal.
getting
Shout out Jay
closer.
Spearing. Shout out to the under 21s. And don't
Clara
forget that
Bitsy.
this episode was brought to you by Oddschecker. The weekend preview is powered by Oddschecker, who give you the chance to win £1 million cash if you correctly predict the EPL table. It's free to enter. Click the link in the description now to make your predictions. And you have to be over 18 and in the UK. And please remember to gamble responsibly. And we'll be back with more of that on Monday. But guys, what a feeling it is to be back. The next
it's
time
brilliant.
you see us, all these games that we've been speaking about will be finished.
Apart
There'll be
from
no
mine.
hiding, apart from this. Hadn't started yet. And I can't wait. Are you looking forward to it?
Yep.
Are you?
Can't wait. Can't wait.
I can't wait. I'm so
Are you
back.
at home?
So
We'll make
ready.
sure you're back with us on Monday to discuss it all. What a show. What a channel. Make sure you smash that like button, comment and subscribe. Hey?
I've
Hey.
sent the money
There we
now.
go.
Official.
Oh, you've
Have you
officially
actually-
sent
I've
the
sent
money?
it. Yeah.
Wow.
I was trying to bring it in person, but
Officially
Wait,
sent.
is this confirmed?
confirm.
There,
check
there
my
we
account.
land.
There we
Take
go.
care, guys. See you Monday.